Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the War Room. We got Dez, Kill, Jimmy, PJ, B. Austin, the Hot Block Commander. How you wanna end a 1 or 2 hour show to keep the brain running with the premise to talk sports on a national level? Bold with the topic, sorta like the rebels when it's game time. They like the Fab Five during prime time. Sports conglomerates speak their minds a little bit. For sports medicine and sports veterans and greats. The 4th and 26th saw the war in Kuwait. It's the War Room with 5 nights at the round table. 5 Philly guys, diversified and educated.
What up, War Room family? You are once again live in the War Room, brought to you by War Room Sports from the War Room Sports Podcast Network. I'm one of your hosts, Devin McMillan. I'm at the round table with my brothers. We got the Bull B. Austin and Jimmy the Blueprint will be with us in just a couple of minutes. Look, we got a great 2 hours for you as we discuss the Final Four, the MLB season, the biggest stories in the week of sports, and a whole lot more. So keep it locked right here on the War Room Sports Podcast Network, or you can join us on Facebook or Twitter. You can call us directly in about 30 minutes when we open up the Digital Extreme Tech Hotline. That number is 323-410-0012. Please remember to take some time out of your week to listen to the great shows on the War Room Sports Podcast Network. Check out some top-notch shows such as the Broad Street Line with Roy and Chris, the Tissue and the Tape Hip-Hop Show with Phil and Savad, After Further Review with the Mayor, the No Look Podcast with Frank and Andy, the Mad Scientist Sports Lab with Nick and Andrew, Join Appetit with the Burtons, and more. Just visit warroomsports.com and click on the WRS Podcast Network tab, or listen on the War Room Sports mobile app or on iTunes. What's good, fellas?
Yes, y'all. War Room / East to West, y'all. We be the y'all. Oh, sorry. I was listening to that OGC the other night.
No doubt. Yo, it's been a crazy week, man, in the world. Not just the world of sports. You know, you got your man, the Teflon Don, Donald Trump, you know, telling people that women should be punished for having abortions. You know, stuff like that. It's the norm, though. You know, something crazy coming out of his mouth, or just coming from this presidential race in general.
Yeah, I'm rooting for him. I think America deserves him. I think a certain segment of the population deserves to see exactly where privilege and entitlement and supremacy has gotten us and denying that it exists. I believe that another segment of the population that has been crying victim but hasn't done enough for a long, long time, they deserve him. I think everybody deserves the Donald. Mm-hmm. And if you feel you don't deserve him, then get your citizenship game up. Get your citizenship game up.
It's going to be interesting because the dude, he basically flip-flops every 5 hours on issues. And I don't think it's because, first of all, I don't think he's like deep in policy anyway. But I think his whole MO is, I just want to win. So I'll say whatever it takes to win. Like, okay, my original stance was this. But wait. You trying to tell me that most of y'all people here at this rally want it the other way? Cool. That's how I like it. I like it the other way. So, dude is just trying to say whatever he can say to get to his constituents, his cult following.
Making America great.
Like, nobody sees through this, and it's funny to me. So, shout out to
making America great again.
Make it great again.
Making it great again. Yo, I stand polar opposite on, I was about to say on everything that he believes, but you just pointed to the fact that he flip-flops. So,
like, right now you might, in 5 hours you might not. Like,
yo, I don't know. I do not support him under normal circumstances as a president of anybody's country, but I do think America deserves him. I think, and I like him as an entertainer. He's very entertaining. Far worse. Yeah, you're right. Far worse.
All right.
You're right.
Well, look, man, let's talk some sports, man. Let's talk to everybody about what happened this week while they were on the grind.
Word.
And while y'all on the grind, it's brought to you by DirecTV. If you like a better TV experience than cable has to offer, including that NFL Sunday ticket, just make sure you go to our website, WarRoomSports.com, click on the DirecTV logo, order yourself a better TV experience at a discounted War Room Sports sign-up rate. If you call yourself a sports fan, then you got to have DirecTV. We got to go back to this whole D'Angelo Russell story. We didn't talk about it in depth last week. I think we opened up the show mentioning it, but we didn't really want to touch on that because we were celebrating our 300th episode, so we didn't want to make the open of the show all about D'Angelo Russell and somebody who really should be ashamed of themselves. But the team, the Los Angeles Lakers, have basically shunned this guy. I think, all trust is lost. If you've been living under a rock, D'Angelo Russell was in what looked to be a hotel room with Nick Young, a.k.a. Swaggy P, so they must have been on the road somewhere. He's secretly recording their conversation, and he's asking him questions, leading him to tell him out loud what he's doing as like extramarital, not marital because he's not married yet, but just extra things he's doing in his relationship with Iggy Azalea.
Extra interracial marital affair.
Code 101 violation. Mm-hmm. We should all know that. Whether or not Nick Young is right or wrong in his situation with his lady, why as a teammate, a friend, a homie, just a man, period. Y'all could be strangers. Why would you do something like that? Like, what's with these new ninjas, B? Like,
it's wrong on like multiple levels. Like before you ever even get to the violation of the man code, there's a group of gentlemen that we subscribe to their logic. We understand where they're coming from. They released a song entitled "No Selfies," and that's none other than D Block, aka the Locks. No selfie. Now this wasn't a selfie, but it was one of those occasions where, again, a personal device with a camera is being used to tape something that you want to create content around and put up on the internet. That's a violation. Then you're taping another man in what amounts to an interview session, and you're not a reporter. That's a violation. Then on the official, like, professional side of things, not even professional sports, just professional, you have a coworker. You're recording, you're filming your coworker unbeknownst to them. What? Where they do that? Why are you filming your coworker?
He posted.
And then
his excuse is he didn't know that Snapchat videos could be recorded off the internet. Like, dog, you don't put anything on the internet if you don't want it to live in infamy. I don't care if you think Snapchat videos go away. They go somewhere, dog, and they're definitely recordable to somebody out there.
I know where they go. They're going there forever.
I'm not at all surprised at the treatment that he's getting from the Los Angeles Lakers. A lot of people think this little rift in the team is why they've been playing so bad lately. I mean, they're a bad team as is, but they did get blown out by about 48 points to the Utah Jazz after this thing really ratcheted up. Kobe actually won a game against the Heat last night where D'Angelo played pretty well. But he's getting booed at home. That's different. Mm-hmm. He's getting booed by the home fans every time he touches the ball, every time he goes to the foul line, in pregame introductions. And I'm sure every man out there would think that he deserves just that. I mean, it's gotten to a point where I feel sorry for the dude a little bit, but you got to take the consequences for what you do. This is worse than what Kobe Bryant did. Like back when Kobe was in trouble with the law and he just said, man, I should do what Shaq did and just paid these Jones. Like, that's a man code violation for putting Shaq out there like that, a married man. But this is even worse because what Kobe did is called hearsay in the business. You know what I'm saying? That's called hearsay. What D'Angelo did was
it's called snitching.
Beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Telling. It's ratting.
Exactly. Like he's recording this man unbeknownst to himself, and he is going in telling on himself. But hey, I mean, you think you're talking to homie. You don't know you're talking to TMZ. So you can't get mad at Swaggy in that situation. Iggy can, and actually, I think the only person who has supported D'Angelo Russell in this whole thing is Iggy Azalea, with her little tweet basically thanking him for doing what he did. So I don't know. He may have really damaged this man's personal life and his
he's damaged his value, because now you're in a locker room where, first of all, no one is going to trust. Not even if you could find like a Jason Collins or a John Amaechi, even those dudes wouldn't trust you. Like, there's no one that has any faith in your character. Like, you are the worst of the worst. I don't know. I never heard of it. This, like you say, this is the new culture, man. New ninjas, man. You notice the little brothers in neighborhoods of less fortunate that do certain things that may or may not be against the law, allegedly. As they're committing these crimes, they're filming themselves. They're putting it up on social media. Like, what? How are you robbing a bank filming yourself and posting it? How are you hustling and you're posting it? Like, what are y'all doing?
You're assaulting and battering somebody, and you're posting it and thinking that it's cool to do so. Yeah, it's definitely a new generation thing. Like, people tell on themselves 24/7, and now you got dudes telling on their friends indirectly. This is crazy.
Has this hurt police work? Has this hurt detective work? Because now detectives really aren't necessarily skilled. They just go to the internet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. I mean, it's a lot of stuff going on today that's making the police lazy because they don't have to do much. Number one thing being speed cameras and red light cameras. Shout out to the District of Columbia and FYO. I mean, Jimmy talked about last week how he came down here to do some business with us, and about a month later, he got something in the mail. So yeah, it's a lot of things going on. Social media and speed cameras is why the police don't get much work out on the streets no more. Well, at least
staying in the world of social media.
Right. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later in the show when we get in our basketball segment, because I know we definitely want to get Jimmy's opinion on what's going on with his team. It's like Shaq and Kobe all over again, but two dudes with not even half the talent and none of the accolades going at it this time. But we'll talk a little bit more about that. Speaking of social media, man.
Yes.
Social media almost literally memed singer Kehlani to death. If you guys don't know this story, this is Kyrie Irving of the Cleveland Cavaliers. This is his girlfriend. Whoa. There was a photo that appeared on social media with her holding hands in a bedroom with her ex-boyfriend, a fellow by the name of, let me get this right now. I don't want to get this wrong. A fellow by the name of Party Next Door. He was partying in the same address at this particular point. They were holding hands, basically looked like they just finished getting it in. And this post goes all over social media, the meme world, and the Twitter evil folks just got in gear and slammed her for cheating on Kyrie Irving and memed her. Later on, she posts something on the Instagram, a photo of her in the hospital, claiming to have attempted suicide. What are your thoughts on the fact that she literally almost got memed to death?
So I realize that, we have a lot of supporters from various backgrounds, and what I'm about to say probably isn't very popular with a lot of our listeners, but I just want to get this straight so that I understand. So Kehlani cheats on or dumps Kyrie because allegedly he wasn't able to farm the yams properly. And then she boos up with her ex-boyfriend, who's named the party next door. Then tries to jump into a pit of the unfortunate because the internets are critical of her saying that Kyrie's gun work is weak. My question, and the questions that I have is, you're dating a guy named the party next door. What is your self-esteem level? Where's your father? Who kills themselves over the ex they dumped? And the biggest question, which I may have even already asked, is what woman dates a dude named the party next door? So that's my take on the whole situation. I have no critique for or critical words for Kyrie Irving. Suicide is a very serious thing. I understand mental illness. I understand all that, but I can't get around. There's some context questions that I've listed that I need to understand. And by the way, I will henceforth be known as the house party in your mouth.
Yo,
yeah,
I mean, the situation is crazy because it's like, this is how much credence people give to social media. Like, you care so much what all of these strangers are saying. And it's weird to be in a position where you're a celebrity, like you're a singer. So you expect people to be out there, going to be people who don't like you. They're going to be people who are critical of you. But you cannot let the world of social media, like, almost take you out of here because your self-esteem is at a level where you can't take what they're saying. If you didn't do anything wrong, if you weren't with Kyrie at the time, then that's your business. You have nothing to prove to anybody out here on social media. So why are you committing suicide? And the crazy part is your man Chris Brown, who gives no F's about anything these days, he came on Twitter killing her, basically saying, he said there's no attempting suicide. Stop flexing for the gram. So he's basically saying she was just looking for sympathy to try to get back on everybody's good side. And I think it worked because if you saw the swing in social media after she allegedly attempted suicide, how many like stay strong for Kehlani and Kehlani, we're behind you and all this kind of stuff. If you saw how many of those type of posts there were versus the way they were like venomous to her the day before, so her ploy worked. But Chris Brown called her out on it. Like, dude gives no F's, has no sympathy for anybody. He said Kyrie is one of the good guys, and he's basically mad that she allegedly cheated on him with the party next door or the house party in your mouth. One of y'all. Either you or him, one of y'all.
There's a history behind that. So I believe that no, not Kehlani. I think that they think of Tiana Taylor as like their little sister, and so they're kind of cool through her somehow. And man, I don't know what these new ninjas doing, but salute to Chris Brown. The only time I'm ever salute him for calling her out on this fugaziness. Yo, salute! You get a salute from the party in your girl's mouth. Salute to you.
Salute. All right, man. So, Mississippi State football signee Jeffrey Simmons. I know you saw this video because we shared it with each other the other day. He actually got arrested for simple assault for a video where he's seen repeatedly punching a woman
who's on the ground.
A woman who's on the ground. So it's him and another woman punching this woman while she's laying on the ground. Mind you, this dude is like 6'4", 250.
240. Yeah.
Either way, he's a big dude beating on a woman who's on the ground. He comes out with a statement, where else but on social media, saying, he doesn't know what he was thinking, and he said his apology goes out to the Taylor family, especially to Sophia Taylor. What was I thinking? Honestly, I wasn't thinking. All I could think was, this is my family, and I'm supposed to defend my family. I truly hope that you will find it in your hearts to forgive me for my actions. basically scapegoating. He said it was about some deceased nephews. What could this person have done? Like, how are you defending your family? Did she say something ill about them? Because I used to use that excuse in like 6th, 7th, 8th grade. I used to go up and go in somebody's mouth because they said something about my mom and my mom was deceased.
But it was never.
That's the kind of stuff
never
you use
girl.
in middle school.
But it was never a girl that you did that to, right? It was usually.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I mean, somebody who was already being beat by somebody else. So I really don't get this situation. You are less than a man, Mr.
Yeah. I would like to lay down the assuming that Jeffrey Simmons listens to the War Room, because why wouldn't he? I'd like to lay down this is the party in your mama's mouth hashtag, and I am essentially laying down a challenge. If you would like to enter into some sort of conflict resolution with the party in your mama's mouth, I'm with that. I'd like to meet you, and we can deal with some conflict resolution, and my hope, what comes out of this, is that he learns a valuable lesson. I hope, and I know that this isn't going to happen, I hope that sports is away from him. I hope he's allowed to just walk the streets. He's allowed to do whatever he wants, no jail time. I just hope that he can never participate in any sport of any kind ever again. That's what the punishment should be, besides having to go through physical conflict resolution with the party in his mama's mouth, a.k.a. me.
Yeah, I hate to see stuff like this, man.
No, there's no excuse for it. There's nothing he could say could justify what he was doing to that young lady. I don't care what she said, what she did, is just because she was already getting her ass whooped by another woman, and then you basically got in woman's business. That's what you did. You got in woman, which leads me to believe that maybe you ain't got no dad. Maybe you're a little feminine. Like that's where I would go with it. But
nine times out of 10. He definitely was in the wrong. Mississippi State is basically saying that they need to assess everything and gather the facts,
like Donald
before
Trump,
deciding what steps to take, about the charges that he got. I don't know. See, I mean, this is one of those things that tell you 100% that talent trumps morals. And one of my new favorite comedians, Gerard Carmichael, that's one of his bits where he talks about how talent trumps morals. And it shows itself in sports all the time. You can even go back to the whole D'Angelo Russell thing. Like I said, we'll talk about it later. But how he escapes this whole thing depends on how he plays, because the fans that are booing him, the same fans that boo Kobe because he allegedly, raped a white girl in Colorado are the same people who are thanking him and, giving him this going away tour and cheering him at every arena he goes to now. Talent trumps morals. And, if you don't believe it, just look at any sports situation. Anybody who's gotten in trouble and gotten chance after chance and the fans still love them no matter what they do. So, exactly. So if this young gentleman does get another chance, he'll be the latest case, and we'll see what he does with this chance. If it's not Mississippi State, he'll be playing somewhere because, from what I hear, he's a very talented kid.
Mm.
All right, but he should definitely be ashamed of himself. We're gonna give out one big JoJo at the end of this segment for everybody who deserves one. Dawn Brown, she was the head coach of the women's basketball team at Prairie View A&M University. She was fired for suspending two of her players who were dating each other. This is this is one of those slippery slope topics, slippery slope conversations, because that kind of thing is supposed to be a violation of Title IX, by enforcing a team to rule that she says that her policy was actually approved by the school's Title IX
and the athletic director,
Title IX coordinator and the athletic director, right? Because she basically said it wasn't just because it was two players, it wasn't because it was a gay relationship or anything like that. She was saying she suspended them just because they had a rule on the team not to have inappropriate relationships. And that just means anybody within the program dating anybody. She said she had a problem before where a coach was dating a player, and that set the precedent and made this all wrong. So whether or not she's telling the truth on that and it had nothing to do with sexual orientation, it's still a slippery slope because, as soon as something like this happens, the Rainbow Coalition is no joke. They're going to go at you.
Is all over.
They're going to win 9 times out of 10. So what do you think about this situation?
Yo, man,
yeah.
I just want to first off say, yeah, I'm here. I'm in the building. You know what I'm saying? Just got out of a meeting with Oprah Winfrey, but that's either here nor there.
No, that's a whole lot of there.
This is an interesting story, Des, because we talked about it briefly for 2 seconds, and I was like, I don't even know how I feel. I got to do my due diligence. Before I start that, I just want to say I'm pissed that I missed the I'm pissed I missed the conversation about D'Angelo, you nut ass man.
Oh no, we're going back to that. We're going back to that.
Okay. Okay. Because I got bars for him. You know what I mean? Kalani. Hold your head, kill yourself. But back to this question at hand, right? It's a couple things, right? So I understand her reasoning, and I have worked at places where there was like an anti-fraternization policy, where there were some honeys I would have took down, but because of that policy, I didn't. So, So I get it, right? You know what I mean? I get it. But it's like in this climate, it's difficult. But at the same time, you got to stick to your guns. If that's what you want for your program and it's been approved, I'm fine with it, because I don't even think, based upon what she said, that she was discriminating. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people will say now, if she had people try to always tie sexuality into race, which you really can't do, and there's a lot of reasons for that. If she said no black, people's like, because I've said this and people, this is their response. What if she said you can't date a black guy? But that's not what it is. To me, this comes off as an anti-fraternization policy, and I'm saying it slow because I always mess that word up. But so that's how I take it personally.
Got you. I agree with where you're going, and I think that this is the injection of the homosexual agenda, policy agenda, and social agenda into every facet of life. And we know that women's basketball is at some point, in some cases, a haven for them. And so, of course, this is going to come up. But the bottom line is anything that's going to bring, as the great philosopher Tim Hardaway would say, but I support Dawn Brown's position, and because that type of relationship is damaging or potentially damaging to the program, damaging to the locker room, damaging to the chemistry on the team. Oh, you let your wife pass your other wife off?
First of all, I wouldn't want him on my team. And second of all, if he was on my team, I would, really distance myself from him because I don't think that's right. And, I don't think that, he should be in a locker room while we're in a locker room. And it's just a whole lot of other things. So I wouldn't even be a part of that. But, it's stuff like that going on, and there's a lot other people I hear like that's still in the closet and don't want to come out the closet, but I just leave that alone.
And let it be known for like 3 minutes straight. Let it be known that the War Room is not against carpet munching unless you look like Whoopi Goldberg. I mean, there's not a problem with these women's choice of lifestyle or choice in who they love, choice in who they sleep with, as long as it's consensual. But on that particular team in a program, I can clearly see how her policy has a lot of merit and should be stood behind. So, Dawn Brown, salute to you. Hold your head. You got an unfair shake. We just want you to succeed.
Here's the thing, though. You talk about college students, right? And, most college relationships don't work. So when they end up breaking up, what's that going to do to the team, the chemistry of the team? And I have nothing against gay people, lesbian, transgender, any of that, because that's their business.
I am a lesbian.
You know what I'm saying? That's their business. And I think it's dope the way they ride for their cause. I wish other people would ride for their cause the same way, but that's either here nor there. But I can see why you would have this policy in place at any sort of a place of employment, even though this isn't employment, quote unquote. I'm putting up air quotes as I say that. This isn't employment, but I can see where this would cause an issue down the line. So
it affects and influences decisions. Yeah, the relationship could affect.
Yeah, I mean, and I support Dawn Brown in this because it's easily it's easily
let me see what she looked like. See if I really
the area of discriminating on people's sexual preference, but this wasn't some rule that she just pulled out of the air when they started dating. This was a rule that she put in place at the beginning of the season. The Title IX coordinator and the athletic director helped her in drafting this rule. So I think once those facts come out and they're proven to be facts, I think maybe it may be too late to get her job back because the situation is just awkward from there. But I think if it goes to court in any way, she could probably win that and be compensated in some way for losing her job. Over something that was put in place. You can't help her draft a rule, and then when she enforces it, you realize what it now may look like, so now you're going to get rid of her because you know what the backlash is about to be. You should have thought about that when you drafted it and said, look, Dawn, it's a good rule, but I don't know if we can do it in this capacity because, most of the people here, the managers, the coaches, and all the players, most of them are female, so it's going to look a certain way if we implement this rule. You can't implement the rule, help her do it, and then fire her when she enforces the rule. That's just not how it works. So shout out to her. I think she got a raw deal on this one. So look, man, we got a few JoJos to give, so we'll just give one big JoJo to everybody who deserves one. So I'm looking at you, D'Angelo Russell. You are like the JoJo of the season. I'm looking at you, Kehlani. Even if you really did try to kill yourself, you cannot let memes murder you. And if you didn't, if the ground was right, you can't fake a suicide attempt, something that serious, just to quote-unquote flex for the gram. Jeffrey Simmons, I'm looking at you. Beating up on women, that's not cool, homie. And I think we got one for the Prairie View A&M basketball program. We're looking at you, Title IX coordinator and athletic director. All of y'all should be ashamed of yourself. That's the way you carry yourself.
Yo, we gotta give a JoJo award to ourselves for missing out on all this money that means out there ready to throw at us, but that's either here nor there. It's time to give some. It's time to give some birthday shout outs, yo. And for those who don't know, salute to our sponsors, specifically Digital Extreme Technologies. Do you or your business need a custom website? Well, for dynamic, professional, and most of all affordable custom website solutions, you need Digital Extreme Technologies. Don't need to break the bank for an effective online presence. You can get a custom website. And financing options are available. Here's what you do. Go to digitalextremetech.com or just call 267-205-4203. Or you can email us, info@WarRoomSports, and we'll set it up for you to meet with Digital Extreme Technologies to get that special rate that comes directly from us. Salute the Digital Extreme Technologies for their support of the War Room. Birthdays this week.
My birthday, yay!
Tell them that Party in Your Mama's Mouth sent you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, Jimmy, before we get in, I've officially changed my name to the House Party in Your Mama's Mouth. That's my new name.
He's the big brother of Party Next Door.
I'm his big brother.
Yo, dude is a noodle. He should have got a JoJo award too, because why you even post that? Like this, you could have been smacked. Like why? Anyway,
now he can't smack. He can't farm.
D'Angelo ass.
Yeah, that was stone cold corny. Even if they ain't together and they just broke up, how corny are you, dog? Anyway, James Jones of the Packers turns 32. Salute to James Jones.
Yo.
You seem older.
Yo, he's one of those dudes who only can get it in when he's playing with Aaron Rodgers. Like, anywhere else, he was like Deion Branch when he left Tom Brady. Trash.
Yo, salute to one of the illest NBA players of all time, one of my favorite players to watch play, Steve Smith from the NBA, because there's a lot of famous Steve Smiths out there. People forget how good Smitty was, man.
Smitty gave
and his game was
non-athletic
so smooth.
dudes hope. His little stutter turnaround, half turnaround move on the baseline. Wow.
And he had post game.
His game was so smooth. Shout out to the homie Julian Smith that played in our high school team, but that's who you remind me of.
Smitty. That's young Smitty.
Young Smitty, because they had the same up face. Yo, Smitty was nice. Smitty was nice. Salute to Smitty on his birthday, turns 47. J.R. Reed, my man with the Gumby, turns 48. I remember J.R. Reed in Carolina was giving out work and had no game.
Then when he got to the league.
Yo, even at Carolina, right, there was nothing that he did particularly well, but he just, like, he was stronger than everybody else. And he got buckets. He was like one of them dudes that was stronger than everybody else at that level. Yeah. Get to the next level.
Got to the league, and like everybody was that strong.
Salute to John Taylor on his 54th birthday. People remember him for playing opposite the GOAT, the
Jerry
one GOAT to me that's unarguable. So we're gonna make this about Jerry Rice, even though it's John Taylor's birthday.
He is sidekick on his birthday, man. Yo, what's up, Robin ass?
He gotta be used to this at that point, though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he don't even get mad no more.
Yeah, he can't.
Yeah, Robin.
Mark. Yeah, who the hell is Mark Tuinei? I don't even know. Who the hell is he?
Lineman from the Dallas Cowboys, one of them dudes.
Oh, yeah.
In the championship
that Tuinei.
One of them boys that Emmett Smith. One of them boys that Emmett Smith
old money to. Mark Tuinei.
Oh, that Mark Tuinei. He turns 56 years old.
Emmett
you know what
owns some money.
R.I.P. to the God, Jack Johnson, the first black heavyweight champion, as well as the first star athlete, the Yam Farm with the Beckys, as you can see on our Instagram post today at War Room Sports. Salute to Jack Johnson, the God. Rest in power.
He was helping interracial relations.
Yo,
or was he having interracial relations? Probably both.
People got to understand that they straight got my man out of there by charging him with what was called the Mann Act. My man took a white woman across state lines, and that was against the law.
This country deserves Donald Trump, yo.
Yo, that's what they trying to bring back the Mann Act.
Yo, repeat that law.
Please
repeat that law for me.
Yo, I know it's called the Mann Act. Yo, you gotta stop laughing, B. No, I mean, this is why we gotta make America great again. All right, the Mann Act is a federal statute that prohibits interstate or foreign transportation of an individual with the intention of engaging such individual in sexual activity or prostitution. It's also known as the White Slave Traffic Act. It was a federal law back then. And, because he had the white women's, and he was taking them across the state lines to, plow their brains away, and they locked him up. So salute to Jack Johnson, man. You know what I mean? He made a sacrifice to all y'all out there that like to, fornicate with the white women's. So salute to Jack Johnson, man. On his birthday. You know what I'm saying? We like to give a nice big salute to all these folks on their birthdays, even you, J.R. Reed. Happy birthday from the War Room.
My birthday, yay!
All right, everybody. Y'all know the drill. Before we get into these hot topics, we just want to let you know that you can check out our website, warroomsports.com. While you're there, take your time, look around, click on the Contact Us tab. Send a message about the company, the show, to inquire about sponsorship and advertising opportunities or joining the network in any capacity. For general inquiries, email us, info@warroomsports.com. While you're browsing the site, click on the memorabilia tab to buy War Room Sports merchandise. Click the blog tab to read our latest articles in the All Fair and Sports and More blog. Then click the respective icons and tabs to like our Facebook page, to follow us on Twitter, the Gram, any other social media. platform to subscribe to our iTunes podcast, to watch our webcast at War Room Sports TV, to listen to the WRS Podcast Network, and to download our free War Room Sports mobile app on Android or iOS to get everything I just mentioned on the go. Join the JW Philly Realty chat room right now during the show. blogtalkradio.com/The War Room. To enter the chat room, sign up for a free profile on Blog Talk Radio. If you don't have one, or if you don't want one, you can sign into your Facebook and Twitter accounts. And while you're at it, click follow to get updates and reminders about the show. We'll be taking questions and reading posts from Facebook, Twitter, and the chat room during the show. But if you want to call in and speak with us, you can do that now because the Digital Extreme Technologies hotline are now open. The number is 323-410-0012. Press 1 when prompted. If you already listen from your phone, just press 1 if you want to talk. Jimmy, before we get to hot topics and we get to these phone calls, why don't you let everybody know who this segment is brought to them by? Audible in the house.
Absolutely. My fault. I was, I was on mute. I didn't want to be. Anyway, with all that being said, because I'm trying to get this topic. Hot topics are brought to you by Audible. If your schedule is too hectic to read as much as you want, here's what you do. Try audiobooks, kick back, and let someone else do the reading for you. That's right. If you've never tried an audiobook, you have to try it. It's a way to keep reading books without having to physically sit there and do it. My man Dev definitely needs this, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know how Dev do. It takes 6 years to read a book. But a lot of great books on Audible, a lot of great sports books. The new Ray Lewis book is on there, Jalen Rose, Mike Tyson. A lot of great books, you know what I'm saying? So you got to – and shout out to Jalen Rose for reading his own book because, with his own slang and whatnot. So you can get a free one. That's right, free. So if you want any of those books I just mentioned, how to get it for free is by going to audibletrial.com/warroomsports. That's audibletrial.com/warroomsports. We'd like to thank Audible for their support of the War Room.
Yes, sir. So real quick, before we get into our quick Major League Baseball season predictions, man, I think we got some phone calls on the line. Jim, if you want to take those joints real quick.
Yes, sir.
We got the homie. I think this is Rob. Rob, man, before you come on, Rob, we know you from Cali and all that, but we don't play that snitching game over here, B.
Yeah, we don't do that. Snitches get videotaping, B.
First of all, man, it's your boy Big Rob, a.k.a., Snap Snitching, a.k.a. Styles upon styles upon styles of what I have, a.k.a. A.k.a., yo, man, the pimping game needs to come back, Mac lesson, you know what I mean? Yo.
Yeah, you might see me all blue, all red, every day. I'm 50 Tyson.
You got a lot of funny other names.
You
got a lot of funny other names.
Whatever, man. Before I get started, yo, you know it's bad. You know it's bad about snitching. You know it's bad that even the women, a lot of the Lakers women fans are calling them out saying, "Yo, man, you gotta stop snitching."
It is a lot of young ladies out there.
Except for Iggy Azalea. But what's up, Rob? What you want to talk about, bro?
First of all, I wish I played my boy Petey Pablo. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. North Carolina, come on, raise up, take your shirt off, man. Years ago, I had the bag over my head. I was ashamed of the whole college. I was ashamed. I wanted everybody gone because it was just the academic stuff was so embarrassing. But Roy Williams found a way to bring these kids together and to get back in the Final Four. And Duke. By the way, Coach K, you have no class. You didn't shake hands with Syracuse players when you got your ass whooped. And not only that, you don't defend when Garrison's tripping over people because his ass has no athletic ability, so he has to play dirty. So he has to play Bill Laimbeer. Yeah, another white boy with no athletic ability, so he has to play dirty. And now, on top of all, you got J.J. Redick talking about the media influences people to hate on the white players at Duke. Get the bleep out of here, dude. What the freak? They've been doing it a long time with these white players with less talent than any other basketball plantation. You should be proud. But instead, y'all want to play the white card. Get the fuck out of here. Excuse my language.
Whoa, family show, bro. Family show.
All right, Rob.
Coach K,
Rob, you dropped a lot of bars right there, man. Now, let me speak on a couple things, man. First of all, Coach K does get away with murder because he's never called to the carpet for his nonsense. And good thing that they lost and he didn't have to actually do an interview. But someone should have tracked him down because what he did with that player, where he said what he said to him, then got in front of the camera and said, "I didn't say that," until the footage dropped and he like a noodle. He definitely didn't shake hands, but he's always the first guy talking about, playing with class and doing these things. So FOH to Coach K. In terms of your Carolina thing, who cares? How are you a Carolina fan? But that's neither here nor there. I'm not really.
I'm country born the city raised, baby. Country born the city raised.
I understand.
Country born the city raised.
I'm not taking a shot at you. It's just for me. It's always funny when I see people who have college teams because unless I went to a college, I really don't root for them because I don't care because it's just my brain doesn't work that way. They're not really professional teams, so it's hard to root for them.
But why not though? I mean, if you're growing up in LA during the years when you have no football team, why not root for UCLA or USC?
Well, because for me, I probably root for a black school, but that's neither here nor there. Bottom line is, I'm not about that life. You know what I'm saying? It's not professional sports to me. But I like how you came on here and broke all this college basketball thing down, man. Everyone knows that you're a diehard Lakers fan, and that's the biggest story of the week. So what you try to do is have a straw man argument about it, talking about everything else but what the people want to hear about.
Man, with D'Angelo Russell, I mean, it goes.
Because you defended him last week on the show, by the way.
I about to defend D'Angelo Russell?
Yeah, we got it on tape.
Don't believe everything you hear. You was like, I listen back to it. Don't believe everything you hear. Don't believe everything you hear. Well, I mean, now what?
What was there not to believe?
The truth is out. I mean, to be honest, I wasn't even paying attention, but the truth is out. I mean, it's just Gigi said it best. If you get jammed up, don't mention my name. And I don't know.
Don't mention my name.
It's just the feminization of males, man. Like, come on, telling on what another man does, that's what women do. Like for David Dash, real men don't.
I don't want to disrespect women like that, man. Women are the greatest things in this world. That's just what rats do. That's what rats do. It's not. It ain't really a feminization thing. It's rats.
But here's the thing that no one's talking about, right? This video originated from his Snapchat. And to me, when I looked at this whole situation, I felt like he just didn't know how to work Snapchat. Because if you're sending a direct message to someone on Snapchat, it basically disadvantages. But if you're sharing it, you push the wrong button and you share it to your story, people have the ability. Anyone could have went on there and sniped it. The same way you can snipe a YouTube video, an Instagram post, you could do that on Snapchat. So he literally could have pushed the wrong button and all this happened. I did see that he said, I don't know how it happened. And part of me tends to believe that
even if he was DMing it, he probably was trying to DM it to Iggy.
But
what I'm saying is,
what
I'm saying is, to me, it sounds like he was recording it for his regular snap, but he didn't realize that you can take things when you put it to your story. Anyone can go in there and take it. A lot of people don't know that, but yes, it is possible. You know what I'm saying? So it sounds to me like he just didn't understand what he was doing. But the bottom line is, he's immature anyway. As part of his maturity,
why were you doing it?
Because Byron Scott said the week before, like, yo, this boy is 19, but he acts like a 14-year-old. He said he's very immature to begin with.
All right, Joe, we're going to get back to dude, man. We're going way off the rails right now. We're going way off the rails.
All right, Rob, thanks for your call, man. We're going to see what your North Carolina Tar Heels do. So, I mean, I'm going to give you the benefit by calling
But what does he do for the black people? Doesn't do anything.
What? Yo, all I gotta say is the Eagles gonna get Paxton Lynch and go out and cop the Art of Mackin by Tariq Nasheed and go out and cop Jimmy's book because I just got those books yesterday.
Hold on. You got my book?
Eagles garbage. Peace.
It's coming
Rob,
yesterday.
you got my book?
Yeah, I ordered it yesterday.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna check and see if I got any Cali orders, man. Let me see if you lying, because I can't check with my distributor, man.
Why
Don't
that?
lie to me. Don't lie to me, man.
Why you always lying? Oh my God.
Why are you distributors in the UK, man?
You know what I'm saying? Don't be lying to me, man. Anyway, with that being said, Rob, thanks for the call, man. You know what I mean? Call us back next week. We'll holler at you, see how your team did, man.
Yo, man, we going to the ship, baby.
We'll see.
We going to the ship.
Going
baby.
to the
Talk
ship?
Nation.
You mean as in SHIP?
Why the
Ship,
you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
All right, Rob, holler back.
Peace, man.
Yo, man. Y'all see y'all man came in here and try not to talk about snitching, right?
He talked about him in the very beginning, and I tried to change
Just a little bit, B. Just a little bit. Anyway, man, at this point, Dev, you want to jump into the MLB, or you something else you want to rap about?
Well, I know we got Tobias waiting on the line. We can get that call out of the way, and we can do our. But we got something else real quick. We got some breaking news. Y'all man Adrian Bronner fails to make weight. He's stripped of the welterweight title, but he's still going to fight Ashley Theophane on Friday.
Yeah, by .4.
Life
by
just
.4.
falling apart, man.
Yo, here's what that shows me, though. When
he got
you
mad
look
at
at the story,
Floyd. He started binge eating because he was depressed and missed weight. Come on, man.
No, but you know what it does? This is what it shows, man.
Floyd.
Yo, he was less than a pound away. It was like 0.4 pounds, and they gave him 2 hours to lose the weight, and he basically was like FOH. Like he's reckless at this point. But I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, in your last fights, you're 4-2. Also,
yeah, I don't understand why he's so cocky. And one of them jerks, he got his boot stretched.
Yo, it's like he's become cockier, Pauls, and like it's like, dog. You know, you got to show and prove, man. Part of me feels like it's just more marketing. Like my man is really trying to sell this fight by making himself a total idiot. He's trying to take the Floyd approach without the Floyd training, man.
Yo, why do you have to sell this fight? It's in a small place that been sold out. It's free on TV. Like, boy, what are you selling? Like, what are you selling?
Trying to get more. Try and get more.
Yo, Jimmy try to give Bull benefit of the doubt.
No. He trying. No, because I mean, even
try to get the ratings. The free ratings.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying, B. Also, you try to get more people to watch.
No extra
the fact of the matter is, even if it's on free,
B. bread.
If it's on free
Where's
TV,
your bread?
right?
Where's your bread? Where's your bread?
But no, if it's on free TV, he's gonna have to get the numbers up to show that he can be a draw. Like at this point, he's not a draw.
Yeah, he's drawing on it.
He's drawing, but he's not a draw.
Yeah, he's definitely drawing. Yo, he's fighting in like a nightclub in D.C. and can't. Come on, man. They still had 6 tickets for sale yesterday.
He's at Quigley's.
Yo,
shout out
fighting in the Blackburn Center at Howard University. You can't sell the John out like
fighting at the ice cream social.
All right, man. Let's see what the homie Tobias got to say, man, so we can do these baseball picks real quick. Oh man, y'all crazy. Tobias, what's up, man? You in the war room? What's going on?
What's going on? Man, y'all be bumping me for Rob now. First I get bumped for Fred, now I get bumped for Rob, man. I thought we were cool, man. But anyway.
Man.
You called it first.
Hey. Yeah, well, here we go, man. First thing first, before I get going. Buddy Hield's going to be a bust in the NBA. Let's just call it what it is.
Like Clee Anthony, whatever the name is, Cleosis. Yeah. Everybody thought he was
I ain't gonna lie, though.
The truth.
Hey, when your boy Buddy Hield smile looks like Denzel in that meme, I would love to see him with a gold grill. Go probably take Fort Knox to fill that grill up. But anyway, you know, he's that typical senior.
Consequence.
All I know is this. I don't make statements like that no more, Tobias, because I saw Steph Curry. Like, I don't make statements like that.
Yeah.
But
Steph Curry done growing me grading players now.
But see, the thing with Steph Curry is that Steph always had handles. Buddy Hield's not a good ball handler.
Nah, B, we never saw anything. I thought Steph was going to have, at best.
I think he's going to be a spot-up three-point shooter.
Jimmer's career.
But see, also the thing with Steph also is that Buddy Hield got other great seniors on that team. Davidson, I was like, ooh, he carried that. He carried don't scrub.
Yeah, all right, right. But here's the thing: if they were coming out the same year, forget what he's done in the league, just based on what they done in college. Who would have got picked first, and who would you have thought would be the better pro? Just based on college.
Because of the size. Because of the size. But that's my point. So that's only my point is Steph ruined me grading players, yo. Like, you don't know no more, man. Like, it all depends upon what's inside their chest. None of us know that. Oh, we know. And plus, Buddy gonna grade out.
I knew the draft wasn't gonna be shit.
So you knew that Steph was gonna be what he is.
Not what he is, because no one predicted that, but I figured he'd be a good player, because he could shoot and go to the right system. Now, if he went to the Sacramento Kings, he would have died like Boogie's dying right now. But anyway, let me get to this real quick. First thing first, if my Bulls don't make the playoffs with them, I'm going to pull a Kaylani. First thing first, a Kaylani, if you want to kill yourself, go ahead. Let me have your radio. I don't have sympathy for selfish people who want to kill themselves.
Damn.
But here's the thing.
I feel it.
Pause, and I think it's deeper than that. But we can talk about that another time. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll talk to my sisters real quick. Women don't have the opportunity to get with guys who are making $100 million, much less a guy who could buy you a steak dinner. You don't want to ruin that
for the party next door.
That's what I'm saying. And so now she made herself hot around the industry. They like, hold on, she gonna leave him, not like the chick who left like with Matt Bowen went to Derek Fisher. That's kind of a lateral move, no big deal.
Hold on. And I'm not taking her side at all. So you think that's all it's about? What if Kyrie Irving was beating her ass? Like, because he makes that amount of money, she's supposed to stay with him?
It would have been the press. The way black men get vilified, people jaywalking, it would have been the press.
Listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that he did it. I'm saying you're basically saying that she should stay with him based upon his bread, as opposed you don't know what's going on in their situation.
But hey, if he had hit her, it would have been in the press. The way these dudes are getting skinned up for even sneezing.
Let's say he didn't hit her, gave her an STD.
You would have left then. But still, here's the thing. This is what I'm saying, though. The reason she said she left because he was corny and the sex is whack. I'm going by the reason she said he's leaving. I don't tell a hypothetical. So
okay,
if you say the sex is
whack. But what you're saying is it's all about bread then. Like, it's nothing else matters but the money is what you're saying.
Who's going to marry Kyrie because he's a swell fella?
No, that's not what I'm asking. What I'm asking you is you were throwing shade at her because she left somebody that had bread. I just don't get that.
For a dude who probably worked at Toys R Us during the day.
Have you ever seen Casino?
To go to the party next door.
No, listen though, man. Listen, man. The thing about a woman, man, it has nothing to do with money. It's all about attention, B. You pay a woman attention, it doesn't matter how much bread. Have you ever seen Casino? The movie Casino? Where she was messing with the schlep rock instead of the boy that had all the bread because he paid her attention, man. You pay a woman attention no matter how much bread the next dude got. Money don't mean nothing, B.
But see, Jimmy, what's going to happen is Kaylani going to turn 40 and be like, where the dudes at? What he doing? He want to do something. Where he at?
But hold up, that may be possible. But at the end of the day, though, everybody's not motivated by money. That's all I'm saying. Man or female, everybody ain't motivated by money. You started off by saying you need to do with this money. Everybody don't care about that.
Hey, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I care about money going with my kids to have a legacy. Yeah, I can't build legacy on Instagram and Twitter likes. But anyway, let's move on. D'Angelo Russell. The only thing I thought of was I'm glad he didn't snitch on the Morris twins. That's all I got to say on that one. They would have came found him.
They did dealt with that in a much different way.
Won't play that, dog.
Hey, but see, here's the thing, though. One thing, everything's been said has been said, but the one thing I tell a friend of mine, I was like, we expect D'Angelo Russell to be immature because he's 19 years old. Probably not turned 20. I don't know about y'all. Even wherever I work, Dave, being in the military, dealing with young guys, I wasn't 30 years old hanging out with 19, 20-year-olds, And I'm like, let's be real here. Let's be honest here. Swaggy P isn't necessarily the model of maturity here. He ain't the guy that you want to take under your wing. And so I'm thinking to myself, one, these young guys here record everything and think it's cute. Look at all these guys, these fight videos, even like that boy from Mississippi State who's going to Mississippi State. Why nobody stops these people? They want to record everything. They want the attention. They think everything is funny being recorded. So my thing is also, why, if you cheating on your woman, why are you telling anyone, period? Why do you want anyone to know your business, period?
I mean, he's a noodle too. I mean, it's a lot of noodleness going around, man. I mean, but it's a cultural thing, man. These people, man, like, yo, I seen it today. It was a bad accident in traffic, and cats is like out, Snapchatting, Instagramming. That's the world we live in. Like, I'm not saying it's right, but that's what it is. So a lot of this doesn't shock me. It's sort of like who was that on ESPN? Steve Jackson was saying, like, yo, a lot of stuff that goes on in the league now, man, like, it's just a different generation, man. We're not going to understand them. But my thing is, what's going to be going on in 10 years from now? Oh, my God.
You ain't lying. Because you know what else also? I'll say this. People talk about trade D'Angelo Russell. I would gladly take Donnie Brasco to Chicago right now because with the lot we got right now. Here's the thing.
Donnie Brasco.
Hey, I would give the kid credit on this. He stood up. He knew he messed up. He stood up. He owned it. I would give him the utmost credit on that. He owned up to it.
Well, I don't think there was much of a choice.
What choice? What else
did he do?
He could say he didn't want to talk about it, but he didn't. You know how some guys don't want to talk about stuff or go to Facebook and say, "Hey, I did this and that. My bad."
That's when the people are gonna leave him off the hook. He has to face this every day in the locker room and every time he comes to the arena. If he had a choice of just walking away from it, being that he's 14-year-old mentally, he would have walked away from it.
Well, hold on though, Tobias. Let's also not forget this. If he was averaging 25 and 15, it would have came off a little bit different as well.
Yo, if he was averaging 25 and 15, they'd have cut Swaggy P for being in the way.
They just like, yo, we don't.
If he was averaging 25 and 15, people would be mad at Swaggy P for cheating on his girl. Like, yo, why are you cheating? Like,
yeah. And you know the thing is, they talk with the locker room like, y'all got the worst record in Laker history. Y'all got Harmony then. But here's the thing. I don't think it's going to be one of those things where, 15 years later, people going to be like, hey, okay, I'm not going to roll with this guy like that. And, like, even us, we're adults. We're middle-aged. We already know who we can and can't roll with. It could be with someone who gets drunk too much. Or we wrote, don't worry, this guy here is a good guy, but he's too young. My thing was Swaggy. That's a kid right here, man. What can you possibly talk about to a 20-year-old that ain't family that you could be so good friends with? And why would you even trust anyone with your personal business? My homies now, we don't go into inner details of our relationships.
We don't
do all that.
It's because Nick Young is immature, like you said, and he thought he was impressing the young dude. He thought he was impressing him. He didn't know he was recording him. He thought he was impressed by it.
Yeah. Hey, you should have got Hulk Hogan lawyers.
And I could bag people on the side, and it backfired on him. But you can't blame him for the dude being a rat.
Yeah. You can't. And I would have been like, because I said this because I know y'all got to go and pick my Dodgers to win the World Series. But, since my Bulls suck, I got nothing else to do. But, but I'll say this. The thing is, I think that at the end of the day, he's going to be all right. Give him a couple years, he's going to be all right. It's going to be like a running joke, like people joke on Kobe now. But I think he'll be okay. I think he's going to be a good player. Yeah, I think he'll be a good player because
part of Kobe just being jokes now and people not really being serious was a couple other championships and more finals appearances.
Yeah, and before I go, everybody talking about Jahlil Okafor will be fighting white boys outside the club in Boston of all cities. But
listen, man.
He's putting his own life in jeopardy.
You ain't lying. But anyway, hey, I know you guys got to go. Hey, thanks for taking my call. You guys take it easy. And tell Fred stop acting brand new because he got that new position, man. He's forgetting about those little people, man.
No doubt.
All right, Tobias.
Take it easy.
Let's be honest here.
Yeah,
all right, so look, man.
Everybody want to talk about Tampa. Let's get these baseball previews real quick.
Yeah.
Probably the last time we talked about baseball.
We're mad late with this baseball preview. We're supposed to do this like 20 minutes ago. So, we're just going to give our picks real quick and move on to the other stuff that we got to do. Not that we don't love baseball, but, we took some surveys. We don't know how much of our fans are in love with baseball. We can rush through it. So let's just jump right in, start with the American League. Let's go with the AL East. Jimmy, who you see coming out of the AL East this year?
All right, I got the Yankees in first, the Blue Jays in second, Red Sox in third, followed by the Orioles and Tampa Bay Rays.
I'm going, because this is one of those teams. This is the year for me, and y'all gonna see this in my picks, man. This is the year that the usual teams do what they usually do. They may take a year off or take a year or two off, and then they come back to do what they do. So I got the Boston Red Sox coming back up to reclaim the American League East this season. I didn't rank mine in the order like Jim, so I just got the Boston Red Sox. B, who you got?
Oh, okay.
Or are you even participating?
I got the Blue Jays in first place. I got Boston in second, running to Boston. I got the New York Yankees in third, Tampa Bay in fourth, and the Orioles Cal Ripken squad falls to 5.
Man, the Orioles were right there like a season ago, like 2 seasons ago, and now it's like that.
Yeah, the spot when they start.
Always reloads so quickly. Any semblance of success, you gotta take it while it's there and take advantage of it, and they did. So it's like nobody's really picking the Orioles to do much damage, let alone be like in the bottom 2 of the division. Let's go American League Central, and I'm gonna go with the defending champs to win this one. I got the Kansas City Royals winning this division. I read something. I don't know if I totally agree, but a lot of people have the Detroit Tigers being like the most disappointing team in baseball, and I don't know if that can even be true. I think Detroit had a window. You know what I'm saying? They had a window. They were very successful. Didn't win the big prize. But I just think their window was gone. I don't know how disappointing it's going to be if they don't live up to what they've done in the past 5 seasons. I don't look at it as being disappointing. I got the Royals taking this one. Shout out to Casey Mack.
Yo, shout out to Casey Mack. Since I wrote it down, I might as well read them out. I got the Royals, then the Indians, White Sox, Tigers, and then Twins. I'm actually picking the Royals. Shout out to Casey Mack because I want them to lose. Because when I pick them, they lose. When I don't pick them, they win. And I didn't pick them last year, and they won. And Casey Mack picked them last year, and I called him a homer. So I'm hating on Casey Mack because he's a Chiefs fan. So I'm picking the Royals to win, although technically I want them to lose.
I dig that. I'm going with the KC. I'm going with KC. Surprise! I'm going with the Sox. Detroit Cardinals, and I don't know why the Twins even came to the dance.
Damn. All right, American League West.
I'll go first.
Excited about some stuff on this. Go ahead.
I'm taking Ken Griffey. Seattle Mariners, and yeah, I know he don't play no more, but I'm taking Seattle Mariners. Then the Houston Astros, third Texas Rangers, followed by the Angels and the A's.
Okay. And this is like weird to say because of what they have been, the past decade when they were still in the National League. But I think the Astros might, rise up and win this particular division. I'm not as big on them as a lot of the national pundits because I'm seeing a lot of Houston Astros in the World Series, a lot of Astros winning the World Series, Astros this, Astros that. I think people should slow down on that a little bit, but I will pick them to win this division. B.
I'm going with the Astros, Seattle, Angels, and that's where it gets tight for me. I can't. And the A's.
Okay. My AL wild cards. I'm gonna go with Casey Mack's other team. Shout out to Casey Mack, the Rangers. And
Yo, my man got two teams in baseball and football. Yo, Casey Mack, hit us up. What's your two favorite basketball teams?
Two favorite soccer teams.
Do you believe in polygamy?
Yes, I'm gonna go with the Angels and the Rangers. You know, that's difficult because, like Jimmy said, he picked the Mariners to win that division. Like, I have a strong feeling that the Mariners are gonna make the playoffs, one way or the other. But
playoffs.
I'm gonna go Rangers and Angels as my AL wild cards.
Boston and the Yankees.
All right, that was simple. So Dev, I mean, you want to go to the playoffs, right, in the American League?
Or
you want to go right to the National League first?
We can go to the whole American League. Just to the ALCS. Who you got in the ALCS?
All right, hold on 1 second. Let me pull it up because I have my National League all ready to go. In the in the wild card game, I have the Astros over the Indians. In the American League Division Series, I have the Mariners over the Yankees and the Royals over the Astros. And in the ALCS, I have the Royals over the Mariners. So the Royals are in the World Series.
I didn't even do every round like Jim did. ALCS, I got the Boston Red Sox versus the Kansas City Royals. And I have the Boston Red Sox taking out the defending champs and returning to the World Series. B, who you got in the championship series in the World Series?
Listen, man, I didn't do all that. I just got Kansas City as the American League champs.
All right, cool. National League, the NL East, and you know, for those of us here who are Philadelphia Phillies fans, man, it's sad these days when you talk about the NL East because just a few years back, you know, you could always count on a conversation surrounding Philadelphia Phillies when you talked about this division. Now, where they found picked by many to finish last again. NL East, this was a difficult one for me. Remember last year the Nationals were preseason favorites to win the World Series and didn't even make the playoffs. The Mets rose up out of nowhere. The Mets will be good again. Washington, I think they will eventually choke because that's just what Washington teams do. But I still think during the regular season, if they could keep that bunch healthy, they still have probably the most talented lineup in the division and some great pitching as well. So if you can keep cats like Jason Worth on the field, what's the pitcher who got shut down a few years ago and he got injured again? Damn it, why can't I remember his name? Anyway, if you could keep cats like him, Rendon, and the pitching staff healthy, Washington can win, a whole lot of games. So I'm picking Washington to actually win the division. But it's going to be a two-horse race, in my opinion, between them and the Mets again.
All right, well, I'll go. I got the Mets, followed by the Nationals, Marlins, Braves, and bringing up the rear is the Philadelphia Phillies. But I have the Mets winning this division.
Yeah, I'm just
Metropolitans.
I'm just following. I'm following my brother Jimmy. Mets, Nationals, Marlins, Braves, followed by my effing Phillies.
Yeah, they stink real bad.
Yeah, they do.
Real bad. All right, so let's go to the NL Central. Another like crazy division. The Cubs are definitely on the rise. You know, they were close to making the World Series last season. I think a lot of people, like, it's difficult for me not to pick St. Louis because even though the Cubs, you know, went to the championship series last season, St. Louis still won 100 games. So it's difficult for me not to pick them, but I say the Cubs continue on their trajectory and win this division. You got Jeff?
Yo, I got the Cubs, followed by the Pirates. I actually have the Cardinals in third, then the Brewers, and then the Cincinnati Reds.
B.
Cubs, Pirates, Reds, Brewers. No, Cubs, Pirates, St. Louis, Brewers, and then Reds.
All right, and West, I am going with the Los Angeles Dodgers to win that division again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll go with the Dodgers, followed by the Giants, Diamondbacks, Rockies, and then the Padres. So I got the Dodgers as well.
I'm going San Fran. I'm going San Fran, Dodgers, Diamonds, San Diego, and then the Rockies.
All right, my NL wild cards will be the New York Metropolitans and the San Francisco Giants.
My wilds will be Washington and the Pirates.
I got the Giants and Pirates in the wild card game. I might as well give you my NLDS games since I did all this nonsense. I got the Dodgers over the Cubs, and I have the Mets over the Pirates. So in my NLCS, I have the Mets facing the Dodgers, and I have the Dodgers beating the Mets in the NLCS to face the Royals in the World Series. So my World Series is Dodgers and Royals.
All right, in the NLCS, I got the Cubs versus the Giants. I have the Giants beating the Cubs to face the Boston Red Sox in the World Series, and I have the Giants winning the World Series. Why? Because it's 2016, and they're due to win the World Series, as they do every 2 seasons.
Yo, what year? Yo, it sound like they're predicting for like 2012 or something.
I'm going,
and that's what I'm saying. I like the young teams that are coming up, and you know the cast that made the playoffs last year. Like, I believe in their process. You know, I just don't think it's going to happen this quick. I think, you know, teams like the Cubs, the Astros, the Mets, I think they're all going to make the playoffs. I think they're going to get into the playoffs, and those traditional teams, like from at least last decade, your Red Sox and your Giants, I think they're going to prove too much at the end of the day. Next year is the year when somebody's going to break through. Maybe a Cubs, maybe an Astros.
Yo, man, trust the process,
Mariners,
man.
Mets, and somebody like that.
Cubs.
I got the Giants winning it all.
I got the Cubs as the NLCS champs, and then I've got the Cubs beating the Royals.
Yo, I got the Dodgers beating the Royals. Shout out to Magic Johnson. That's why.
All right, so the Dodgers getting the World Series nod from Jim.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. All right, so look, if y'all want the in-depth baseball analysis, just make sure you check out our homie, the Mayor, over at After Further Review, and you can find his show on the War Room Sports Podcast Network. Just go to warroomsports.com, click on the Podcast Network tab, and look for After Further Review. If you're a diehard baseball head, he will have all the MLB picks and analysis that you need. Check out the Mayor. All right, look, man. More hot topics that I want to talk about before we get strictly into B-ball. Of course, we got to talk a little bit about the Final Four, man. What do y'all personal brackets look like at this point? Do you have anybody left in this race? I know, Jim, you picked Michigan State to win the whole thing.
I had them
went
playing
out
Oklahoma,
early.
though. Yeah, I had them playing Oklahoma, so, you know what I'm saying? Oklahoma's still holding it down for me.
So you got one still in it. I got one of the four as well, and I got North Carolina that's still in it, but my champion went by the wayside too because I had Kansas winning the whole thing.
Gotcha.
Final four was actually I have Oklahoma in it as well. My Final four was Kansas, Oklahoma, North Carolina, Michigan State. So I still have North Carolina and Oklahoma, but I can't really score. I can't score any more points because I have both of those teams losing in this round. So whether they win or not, like
you lose,
gonna happen. Yeah,
you got the Ill Street Blues. I ended up having Nova, Oklahoma, Syracuse, and North Carolina in the Final Four, and then I have North. What?
Fuck out of here.
Why y'all doubting? Come on, man. And then I have I have North Carolina playing Oklahoma in the championship, and I got the Okies bringing it home.
Why the you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God! Stop fucking lying.
Yo, so how did these teams get here? Like, how does Villanova make it to the Final Four? Not that it's a total surprise. I mean, Villanova.
I mean, yeah, it's not a surprise. I mean,
a lot
they
of
were
time at
as
number
well as
one
Oklahoma
during the season.
We got 1-1, 2-2s, and what was there? What was the other one?
Well, Syracuse shouldn't be at 10.
Yeah, so they're the only ones that's really a shock. Other than that,
but it's Syracuse though, Jim. That's not a usual 10.
So that's
like
true too.
That's not like a Butler.
So the Final Four got a lot of chalk dust around it.
Yeah, but how does, in a year like this, how does Syracuse make it to the big dance? Was it just that they were underrated from the start, or they doing something different in this tournament?
College basketball a lot of times comes down to coaching. There's a lot of parity.
They have one of the best.
Yeah, they got one of the best, and they D up. In terms of Oklahoma, Buddy Hield is on this Danny Manning joint right now. I mean, he's locked and loaded. You know what I'm saying? And Nova's just knocking down threes. Like, Nova doesn't play basketball games. They have 3-point contests every time they go to the floor.
Yeah, they just chuck up.
And Nova, as usual, when they, are one of the top-ranked teams in the nation, they're usually very good at the guard position. And I think that's no different this season. The thing about it is they're good at the guard position, but I don't particularly see them as being quick at the guard position. But I guess, like you guys said, the style of ball they play, it really doesn't matter because it's not like they're exploiting defenses and going to the hole a lot. They're shooting threes. And they actually have a big guy down there in the middle who, he's scrappier than your usual Nova big man. Do you ever notice how, the Philly schools, when they're supposed to make a run, they're always kind of soft in the middle? Big men positions.
They ain't been
I think
nothing
it's a little
since Craig Hornegay and Jason Lawson, as far as big.
Yeah, I mean, especially Nova teams. Nova ain't really had a shoot. Was Lawson like their last great center? Great college center, at least?
Yo, shout out to my man Jason Lawson, man. That's my old neighbor when I used to live in Olney, man. Shout out to Jason Lawson, man. You hold it down, man. I mean, cut that music down in your Escalade, though. You be drawn at night. But you're right about that. But then again, like most teams, like it's few and far between when you find any team that's not soft in the middle. Like when you watch college basketball, everybody's soft, dude. It's Charmin down there with everybody. Once in a blue, you'll have somebody that's, got some Floridians that can jump and run, or they got some straight up Africans. But for the most part, everybody's soft.
Yeah. So now that we get a chance to reset the brackets, we know who the Final Four is. How do y'all see it playing out from here? Villanova, Oklahoma, North Carolina, and Syracuse. Who's going to the chip, and who's gonna be singing "We Are the Champions" after next Monday night?
North Carolina and Oklahoma go to the chip, and we get to see Buddy Hield smile.
Yo, funny thing is I want Nova to win, but I think Buddy's on his Danny Manning job, man. I'm taking Oklahoma. I think, I'm going to take Syracuse to beat Carolina. Although I don't think it'll happen, I want to pick it because if it does happen, I look smart. And also because I just don't want UNC to win. And I think it'd be dope to see Buddy and the Chip against Syracuse with with the underdog and with the one player that's doing his thing. I'd like to see the story of them two going to be together. Plus, when Syracuse plays that zone, to see how Buddy does with that matchup zone.
Mm-hmm. Villanova had some trouble with Oklahoma in the regular season. They lost to Oklahoma. They're a good team, so it's kind of difficult to beat a good team twice. But I agree. I think Oklahoma's going to take Villanova out. Anything from Philly, when they get us excited, they get us hyped, they choke. Yeah. So I got Oklahoma and North Carolina making it to the national championship, and I guess I gotta get on the Buddy bandwagon as well, man. I think Buddy Hield has 2 more great games and puts them over the top and gets Oklahoma a national championship. I know everybody who roots for the Tar Heels, which is like 75% of the country, probably really upset right now, cursing us and all that kind of stuff. But EAD. Look, so
you trash ass.
One more bites the dust, man. Just something I just wanted to mention to you fellas. Chief Safety Abdullah Hussein retires citing concussion concerns, man. I'm telling you, it's another one that bites the dust. And he actually said it this time. But I really think some of the guys who've been retiring lately who haven't really cited concussion or CTE issues, man, I think this is the thing that's scaring people away from the game, man. So shout out to Hussein on his
shout out to the Aki. He's like, I'm not giving my life up for this game of amusement. So shout out to him, man.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah. Salute to him. I actually liked his game. He was all right little player. Not a star by any means, but this was his 5th concussion, and he missed the last 5 games of last season. And I think that was a pivotal decision. I mean, he's been knocked senseless 5 times, so he was like, I'm going to call it quits. I got more to live for. Let me go back to Saudi Arabia.
All right, and before we get into some hoops talk, our stat of the week is hoop related. It's about my youngin' Staps. Y'all know who Staps is. That's Kristaps Porzingis, rookie from the New York Knicks. Kristaps Porzingis is the only rookie in NBA history to post 1,000+ points, 500+ rebounds, 75+ three-pointers made, and 100+ blocks in his rookie season. So shout out to Staps. He was actually projected to be the first pick of the Philadelphia 76ers until the Los Angeles Lakers threw a wrench in the whole draft order and took the Snitchio Russell. So Staps, he got booed too by the New York fans. New York fans really didn't want him because they didn't know much about him, which is kind of understandable. But he's showing improvement right now, and I watched the dude, man. He has game. So shout out to Staps on owning a rookie record. I don't think he's gonna win the Rookie of the Year. I think Towns has that locked up. But good stuff from the Rook. So look, everybody. Real quick, y'all can check out our website, warroomsports.com. If you want to call in and speak with us about any NBA topics, dial the Digital Extreme Tech Hotline, 323-410-0012. Press 1 when prompted. If you're already listening from your phone, just press 1 if you want to rap.
Absolutely. It's time to talk some hoops, La Costa Nostra. Anyway, the NBA rap is brought to you by Sports. That's Sports to Book, you guys. If you're tired of reading the same old sports books with tired old sports lists, rankings, and imaginary starting lineups, well, be sure to pick up your copy of Sports. Smart people only read the sports. This is the Illmatic of sports books, and it's a mixture of sports and hip-hop culture that will keep you mesmerized from beginning to end. Do not be like Rob, really buy it. Be Austin still waiting for that check. Just go to sportstobook.com or get your copy from our website, warroomsports.com. Do not miss the movement. Listen, hoops. The players of the week are LeBron, Raymond James, and Klay Thompson. Dev, you had this stat?
Off on your own, girl. Gotta get off on your
I sure don't. At the moment.
All right, well, we don't need no stats. We don't need stats. We're talking about LeBron and Klay. LeBron, is LeBron. What else can we say? He's arguably the best player in the world still. Klay Thompson is a baller. He's one of the best two guards in the league. People forget how good he is because he plays next to the guard. So people forget how good Klay is. I read an interesting article today that talks about the Warriors and how when they were purchased by Silicon Valley investors, how their management style is what led to the team being what they are. It was a pretty dope article. My point in saying that is people forget how highly touted Klay was and what kind of skills Klay has. He's also, second generation, has the pedigree, but he just happens to play next to that guy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think it's a huge luxury and an amazing testament to their personnel. Folks said you have Curry, who you didn't see any of this coming, but his greatness is evident now. And then next to him at the other guard, you got a guy capable of scoring 37 points in a quarter, capable of putting up 40 to 50 at least 2-3 times a season, and scoring consistently. Like I always say about the Warriors, like 1 through 10, with the exception of Leandro Barbosa, who's a piece of trash, like their whole squad is amazing, man.
And
so
I wouldn't even personally call him trash because he's
I know you would. He's garbage.
Skill-wise, he's not there, but he finds a way to get it done just by running as fast as humanly possible.
And missing as many layups and giving people the opportunity to rebound them. Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
my man got a soccer skill set that somehow allows him to be in the NBA.
He is a soccer player, yeah.
Baby Bron. And the Cavs went 3-1 last week. He averaged 29 points a game, 8.8 assists, and 8.5 rebounds. So he had one of those dominant statistical weeks where he damn near led everybody in scoring. He led the Eastern Conference in scoring, and almost averaged a triple-double for the week. He actually had 2 triple-doubles in the week, one against Denver and one against the Knicks. Klay Thompson and the Warriors, what do we always say when they play and somebody gets player of the week? The Warriors went 4-0 last week. Klay led the league in scoring at 32.3 points a game. He shot 62% from the three-point line, 28 of 45, and made at least 5 3-pointers in each of Golden State's 4 contests last week. He closed the week back-to-back 40-point games and wins over the Mavericks and my lowly Philadelphia 76ers.
So y'all want to hear a crazy stat real quick? I don't know how true it is, but it was said on TV, so it must be true. You know how when Steph comes out, he does that thing where he shoots from the tunnel?
Yeah.
Because they were talking about – matter of fact, this was during the McDonald's game they were talking about it. They were saying that, like, they see a lot of young guys doing that now because, everybody wants to be like Steph. They said, but someone went back and looked at all the times that Steph did that. My man is shooting 45% from the tunnel.
Come on, Steph.
Quit. How you supposed to guard that?
I'm supposed to get mad at that? I'm supposed to get mad at that?
What I'm supposed to get mad at that? Like, what are you supposed to do about that?
Come on, man. I'm supposed to get mad at that. Come on, Steph.
Like, it's just his time right now, man. Like, what you gonna do with that, man? My man shooting 45% from the tunnel, B.
Do you think you look more like E.T. or Gollum?
Am I supposed to get mad about that? Am I supposed to get mad about that?
Tim, you are awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, man. So salute to him, man. And one of the craziest stories that I saw this week that I thought should have got more attention because I don't know how it happened. The Atlanta Hawks accidentally leave Jeff Teague at the Palace of Auburn Hills. And for those who don't know, that's in Detroit, Michigan, or right outside of Detroit, Michigan. Like, and Jeff Teague's also like their best player. How, Sway?
I know Atlanta, and especially last season, they kind of modeled themselves as a team without a superstar, and they were the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs last year because of how the teamwork was. But this is kind of taking that overboard. Like, how do you not notice that Jeff Teague is not on the bus. Like, what does that tell Jeff Teague? Tell Jeff Teague he needs to seek a trade. Come on, man. They left him standing out there with a pizza box. I think he had like a hot and ready or something.
Yo, that is quite ridiculous, yo. Yeah. How? Like, I don't even understand how that's possible, yo. Like, first of all, you're a professional organization.
I'm angry for Jeff Teague. I'm angry.
Nobody says, yo, Jeff on the bus.
Yo, come on, man.
They ain't look for his teeth or nothing. He looking like Consequence, too.
Yo!
Jeff Teeth.
Yeah, so that's one of the craziest stories I saw all week, man. Yo, speaking of weirdo point guards, Russell Westbrook was angry at the way Reggie Jackson celebrated after beating the Thunder in Detroit. What do you guys think about this, man?
I think this might be a little bit of the cast iron kettle, cast iron skillet, calling the kettle black. Like, I don't really get this because when I saw the headlines and I saw Russell Westbrook's post-game interview, this was all before I saw what Reggie Jackson had done. So I went back and saw what he had done, and I was expecting to see something much worse. But, you know, he basically was just imploring the crowd after the game to make some noise. And what he said made sense. He was like, it's a playoff atmosphere, and you know he had a little something, you know, for his old team. It was a playoff atmosphere, and he said he hopes that the city gets used to that because the playoffs are coming up, and Detroit's making a push. But what he did, I don't understand why Russell Westbrook got so angry, especially for a dude who celebrates like he won the championship after every dunk. Like, yo, you can dish it, but you can't take it. And, you know, and y'all know Russ is my dude, but come on, this was a little soft, yeah.
It's the league, yo. It's some clothes,
man. He's a little salty for losing that game. He's a little salty.
I'm gonna blame the clothes. That's the women's clothing talking.
Yo, because I was shocked too. Like, I found that funny. I'm like, yo, Russell Westbrook's upset?
Did y'all see the celebration though?
Yeah, it wasn't that
serious.
I didn't
see it. I saw him put his arms up and kind of run.
I mean, that's basically all he did. He was putting his arms up and like, you know how you tell the crowd, come on, bring it, like bring the noise or whatever. Okay, the game was over, but they had just won the game. You can't celebrate winning the game with your crowd, with the people who were there cheering you on the whole time.
And Russ got greasy and said, yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll do something about that down the road. Huh?
Yeah, but they're not going to meet down the road because the only place down the road they can meet is the finals. Neither of these teams going to the finals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, I mean, you know, that was kind of that's kind of weird to me, man. I didn't get that either. Yeah. I didn't get that one either, man.
New ninjas.
Ninjas. That's pretty much what that was. We're going to chalk that up to new ninjas, man. So,
yeah, but Russ supposed to be the last of the old. Well, I guess he got a little bit of both in him.
He hybrid. Like on the court is old.
He calls
throwback.
A hybrid.
Russ the hybrid Westbrook.
Once he gets off the court, like he turns into like a Harden type dude off the court.
So you basically like Russell Westbrook and Dwayne Wade are like of the same ilk.
Yeah. They're
old school on the court, very new school off the court.
Very, very Liberace off the court.
Very new school.
Called that boy Liberace. Yo, my man is a hybrid. Yo, shout out to the hybrid. Chris Paul dropped out of the 2016 Olympics. Or Olympic consideration, that is.
His ankle's still hurting.
What do you think about Chris Paul in terms of where he is right now? It's like, is he on his way down or is he at his prime? What do you guys think about Chris Paul overall?
I think he's at his peak. I don't think he's declining yet. I think he's just still running on the top of the mountain right now. Not meaning that he's the best at his position or anything, but as far as his prime goes, I think he's still running on the top of the mountain. I don't know, the roller coaster is probably about to hit that peak and go down. But he basically said he wants to choose family time over the Olympics. And this is coming on the heels of his wife actually getting a death threat over social media. The LAPD are supposed to be investigating that. So we know what that means. They're sitting back and waiting for somebody on social media to tell on themselves. But
right.
Yeah, so family time. I can see what he's saying. He's been in the last few. He was in like the last 2 Olympic Games, right?
Yeah, he was.
And plus they do the USA team thing during the summers and everything. So sometimes it's time for a rest. It's not like he's going on long playoff runs where he's winning the finals or anything, but sometimes you just want to chill in the summertime. So I'm cool with it. I feel him.
Yeah, they got more than enough. They got more than enough young point guards to fill that spot. So that ain't gonna really be a. It's gonna be. I'm gonna look at it and miss seeing him carry the ball and do all types of stuff that's illegal that nobody says because he's 6 foot. But I mean, he's cool. They don't need it.
I take that back. He will be missed because the Brotherhood will probably be at the Olympics. But other than that, the brother, you know what I mean? They're gonna be in Brazil, so there will be an empty seat on the banana boat. But other than that, on the court, they can pretty much do what they need to do to bring home the gold medal without Chris Paul. But they can't bring home that banana boat without Chris Paul.
The banana boat is symbolic.
And that's the place where they're supposed to get together and talk about what kind of power move and what kind of pay cut they need to take to get the Brotherhood together. So I guess when they do that, they're just going to have Chris Paul.
You know what's funny about this? It's funny to me because part of me is like, yo, these dudes are suckers, man. But part of me finds it funny that we got 4, how many of them is, these dudes literally get together and talk about the direction of an entire league because that's what they basically control. Like, all right, so
I got the power.
This is why David Stern rolled for real. He was like, yo, these monkeys trying to run the show now.
Yo, I can't. David Stern was like, I can't.
He was like, they finally figured it out.
Yo, LeBron. Yo, David Stern was like, yo, LeBron got Tristan Thompson. What? Yo, I had to get out of there, man. That would have never been.
That's the thing. These dudes get so much money on their brand now. Like we can take pay cuts on this NBA money. Like it really doesn't mean anything. And they get way more, than Mike was getting like $2-3 million a year until he stuck the Bulls up those last 2 seasons. But these dudes get way more, but still in the larger scheme of things, when you count their brand and what they're getting off the court, they can afford to do this super team thing.
Yeah, they get around a table with tight clothes and cigars. They get around a table. They sit around
the table in women's lingerie and cigars.
See who playing together next. Who we gonna get to?
Yo, I think the brothers
over there with him.
Yeah, they really run the
then
league.
You go with him. Wait, guys, I think we all need to take a trip to the banana boat to relax and think.
Yo, they really run the league right now,
Let's
man.
go ride the banana.
Yo, LeBron and them started the skull and bones of the NBA right now, man. They got they literally got the NBA Illuminati now, man. Shout to the Brotherhood.
I'm about to say the NBA, whatever.
Yo, the Brotherhood is the Illuminati, man. They're gonna when some of them retire, they're gonna indoctrinate new ones in. But guess who won't get an invitation to the NBA?
My
Illuminati?
man Russell will never. D'Angelo Russell will never.
D'Angelo will never get a seat at the table, yo. He will never be part of the Brotherhood. My question is, how is he ever going to get over this, though? Like, is it possible for him to get over this? Because, man, this is
all right. So, yeah, we got into a little bit of this earlier. And I think it might have been before you got on the air, Jim. And I was telling the audience how, Gerard Carmichael is one of my new favorite comedians. And he does a bit where he talks about how talent trumps morals. And it's for me, that's no more prevalent anywhere else in the world than in sports. So if D'Angelo Russell can be the superstar that they drafted him to be, like I didn't really see it when they drafted him, but a lot of people do believe he has the talent to become a superstar. I mean, he's very talented. So if he becomes that superstar, then all will be forgotten. And you said it earlier, Jim, if he averages 25 and 15, then we're talking about, Swaggy P being a terrible fiance and not talking about why dude is snitching on him. So just like any other problem, success will make it go away. Kobe had a hard time.
man.
Kobe never got booed by the home fans. Like, this is kind of uncharted territory for this type of thing. Because he was getting booed by the home fans every time he touched the ball. That's crazy.
Cats relate to that. Cats relate to that. Like, come on, cuz.
Right.
So here's my thing,
how,
man.
how do you think that makes the dude feel? You're in your own arena.
That's gotta hurt.
At the
It's
foul
gotta
line.
hurt because
he cried.
it's like, it's gotta hurt because it's like nowhere in the world you really can go. Like, you on the street, cats don't bang with that, man. Like, here's the thing, right? Shout out to Gerard Carmichael because I'm definitely a fan as well. And I did see his bit about that. But even before that, it was written about in Sports the Book in Chapter 8, which is titled Kobe, O.J. Tiger, and Mike Vick. Because I wrote the same thing first. Shout out to Gerard Carmichael for reading my book and putting it on TV. But with that being said, it's so true. Like, people are scumbags, but when but people also are amazing and have amazing talents. If you can just fight your way through this, man, like, look at LeBron, right? And we can't compare really nothing to what he's done because it's really egregious, but everyone hated LeBron for a minute. But then LeBron balled out, and it was like, oh, all right, he's still cool. Yo, R. Kelly allegedly peed on girls. Like, you know what I'm saying? I may or may not have seen the tape as a young boy. But I tell you what, that Chocolate Factory...
Not allegedly beat the out of...
when that Chocolate Factory CD came out, I ain't gonna front. That thing was fire. So it was like, ain't enough in the world to make me...
My man R. Kelly got caught with thousands of child pornography tapes after peeing on a girl and got away with it.
But the music is fire, so it don't even matter. Your favorite... Richard Pryor... I could name a gazillion people who've done egregious things, but
Still got people riding.
But his is different though because he still has nothing to contribute great. You have to still be able to contribute something great after you get caught doing something real crazy. Like, Bill's greatness is in the past, so unless he drop a fire special, it don't even matter.
Bill's just going. After this whole thing, he just going paternal out. He's just going to fizzle out.
He's going to go.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Man, he about to tap out. He on this Joe Paterno joint. But my point is, you got to have some greatness left.
No more Jello pudding.
But that's what your man D'Angelo has going for him. He's a rookie. If he's going to be great, all of his greatness is in front of him, so he can make people forget about this in 3 years. People won't even. It won't even be a peep. Once in a while. Remember that time D'Angelo did that? And people were like, that's Swaggy P.
Just being mean.
They're going to be like, that's Swaggy P. D'Angelo, that dude.
Even with Mike Vick, as bad as people were hating on him, when he got out that one game, we had the game of his life on that Monday night against the Redskins. I saw people in Philly who, like, were ready to boycott when they signed him, like, buying his jersey. Because winning cures everything. That one game he had against the Redskins where, like, I don't care. We talk dirty about Mike Vick all the time, but that one game was like, what could have been. What could have been.
It wasn't even that game. They just allowed him to be a football player instead of a quarterback.
No, but he was making plays in that game. Like, he was making throws in that game. That was the what could have been game. That was like the game that he should show his kids, like, if I studied, that's the what could have been. That's the what could have been game. But my point is, after that game, I literally saw people that were talking about boycotting buying his jersey because winning cures everything. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? Go cop Sports the Book.
No disagreement.
Your brother he has everything in front of him. And another thing he has going for him is he plays for the Lakers organization. Like, I still have faith that, the Lakers will, once they get Kobe's Diesel contract off the book, the rebuild will start. And, they'll be in the mix, maybe not overnight, but they'll be in the mix again with him being a rookie.
Kevin,
he'll be around. If he can build any trust back and they keep him on the team, he'll be around for when those guys are good again.
I'm messing with you. That's what they called him at his wedding. Kevin got more faith in the Lakers than I do, man. Because listen, man, I just don't believe in Jim Buss, man. I think rest in power to Dr. Jerry Buss, but you were a genius, and your son is part of the Lucky Sperm Club because you didn't give him any of your brains.
I just don't think you have to believe in them, though. I think once the books are clean, people want to go there. Like, they might.
I don't see, but that's my thing. My thing, Dev, is I don't know. I don't know about that no more. I just don't know about that. Now, I guess the test
I think
is
they do,
once
man.
Kobe's
I just
gone,
think
Kobe want to go with Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe's not gonna really loosen up the reins for another superstar.
Well, I guess
and he was
test.
making too much money for the team to be able to get.
But they still had a bunch of bread.
Really,
though.
really good.
They still had enough money to go grab another superstar, but nobody wanted to play there. So the question is,
but listen, Jim, but then you're gonna have two superstars. You're gonna have somebody making $20 million and somebody making $25 million. But the dude who makes $25 million doesn't play like a superstar. So the other guy's gonna be thinking, look, I'm wasting my time right now because we're paying two of us like a superstar, but we don't really have a 1-2 punch.
But I have two things that I think about when I think about this whole situation over there. It's how much of a factor is Kobe being there that pretty much allowed no superstars to come. Because even before Kobe is a shell of himself, nobody wanted to come play with him. We went over a couple years where Melo, LeBron, Wade, these guys are free agents. And we ended up with like the little Asian point guard. Like, how does that
Jeremy
happen?
Lin. And paid him a lot of money.
But at the same time, Jim, he was already on the downslope of his career. And plus, a lot of that might not have been them. I mean, they might know, like, Kobe ain't really about this life.
No,
like, the Lakers usually got very good free agents, not superstar free agents. I
understand that. But a lot of times they would get players on a sign and trade type thing, too. They would make moves. But my thing is, I don't know how much of it's Kobe, because part of me feels like this new generation doesn't care about how big a market is. Like, they just don't care about that.
I'm not talking about a big market. I'm just talking about a nice place to live. They're going to make their money anywhere, but people want to live in L.A. and live the Hollywood lifestyle.
But I think a lot of cats are like,
in Idaho, but
that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of cats now are like,
hell of a place to live.
No, but I think a lot of cats now are looking at it like, I don't have to play where I live. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's how a lot of cats are. You look at the off season, a lot of these dudes already have homes in LA already.
In LA anyway.
Yeah, so it's like they don't care to play there. Like, so I don't know. We'll see.
But listen though, Jim, to that might be a little telling in itself though. You already got a crib in LA and you have nothing to do with LA, so that means you already don't mind living there. You already want to live there.
But if they sit back and think about the organization and what they're going to do to build a winner, they may not believe in it because from what we hear, when they make their pitches are terrible. Even outside of Kobe, just with their pitches.
Because their pitches are cocky. Their pitches are with the Lakers. You
know what I'm saying? And nobody wants it. So my thing is, are they going to adjust that? Like, are they still going to come into a presentation saying, now here's the thing.
Jeannie's going to straighten that out.
I hope so. Listen, I pray to Allah that you're right about that. Because Jeannie's already saying, if the boy don't do what he got to do, he's out of here. You know what I mean? Bring back Phil.
Yeah, she's
anyway,
been threatening that for like 2 years. But listen, listen. If I'm a star, and you ask me about like the last 3 years in LA, and would I sign there? I can give you 3 reasons why I wouldn't have gone to LA. And I'm a Kobe fan, so let's even go like if I'm a star and I'm a Kobe fan, like a lot of these dudes in the league were. One, over the last 4 years, you sign there and you don't even know if Kobe's going to make it through the whole season. 2, the fact that he is that old, like I mentioned to you earlier, you can be paying him 20 and 25 for the last couple years, and you can be paying me like a superstar. So we're getting paid like we're this punch, like this Avenger, like we Iron Man and the Hulk, about the ball together, but it's not really the case because Kobe's not about that life no more. So I don't want to waste my time, doing that. Then 3, I'm a superstar in my own right. And right now, I'm better than Kobe. I'm not signing on for this season to sit around with a back seat watching Kobe go around the league and get his Blumpkin Fest. I'll wait till all that is over, and then I'll become a Laker.
My question is this, though. Y'all gonna think I'm joking when I ask this question, but I'm dead serious. Does D'Angelo Russell being a part of this team affect you coming there?
Now? Probably, yeah.
Now.
Yeah. That's sad.
I mean, but I'm different than Swaggy P because I would have laid hands on him by now and I would have got suspended. And he would have probably never done it again. But I mean, it's just one of those things. He's hard to trust. But I guess if there's any point in your life where you want to give D'Angelo Russell your trust is now, because lesson is going to be learned unless he really is that immature. Like his coach said, he has to learn a lesson from this. His
that's the thing. Yo, you know how bad it is, man. Like speaking of our favorite TV shows, man. Like my second favorite TV show is Blackish, because Carmichael's probably number one. But when I watch Blackish, I find it so hilarious that it takes place in L.A. And it's all it takes. I smash both. It takes place in L.A., but they always reference going to Clippers games. Like, yo, I got Clippers tickets. It's like, yo, we're really the second show now. And a lot of young cats won't realize how bad that is, but yo, the Clippers are historically terrible, and they're like the main attraction now. Crazy.
That is crazy. I did notice that the ball Blackish is a Clippers fan. That's blasphemous.
Yeah, shout out to Tracy Ellis Ross, by the way, too. Like, I mean,
just shout out to her. Don't ask why. You should already know.
Shout out to the boy Boo. Akon little brother. I didn't know, homie. I didn't know. Yeah. Boo is that bull.
Yeah, I watched that first episode of his show. He had chick came for a job. He made her wash her car just to get a job. Like, wash my Ferrari. Anyway, that's either here nor there.
They African rich.
A quick question. We got a couple minutes. Left. And
Breaking news. Floyd Mayweather unleashes a tirade at Adrian Bronner, calls him a snake, and wonders if AB stands for always broke. So we got to look out for this tirade. The relationship is over. It's over.
Yo.
It's over.
Yo. You can't. And the funny thing is, Bronner likes to talk that money talk with people. What are you gonna do with Floyd? You can't do that.
Yeah, you cannot. Yeah.
That's his favorite thing, is that money talk. Now what? Anyway, man. The Warriors.
I don't understand why he talks it now, but whatever.
Yeah, I guess because he still hangs in the slums where he has more money than those people. So the Warriors.
But who can't? He goes to Walmart.
Who can't throw $4.26 at Walmart though?
Yo, you see him in the car throwing money out the window? That old boy disrespect, and the people was running up and get the money. Like, Dad, you sent me the video. What I'm talking about?
Yeah, but Jim, I don't buy dudes his shenanigans, man. All them people that they had on camera laughing at, they was his homies in the next car, picking it up.
Oh no, I totally get that, man. I mean, it's a sign of low self-esteem that you got to do that in the first place. But,
exactly. But since the cameras were so far away, they could just clown like, look at these people. Y'all know that's y'all young entourage that y'all use to pick.
Yo, here's my question. The last minute we got, like, the Warriors need to go 5-2 over the last 7 games to break the Bulls record. Bottom. Oh, that was yes already. B. Austin.
That wasn't me.
That was me.
Oh, that was B. Austin. My bad. All right, Dev, what you got?
I looked at the record. I looked at the schedule.
The schedule still features 2 games against them Spurs.
Yeah, beat them 2 losses. That's them 2 losses.
Even though Tony Parker says they don't really plan to play at full strength on them games. I don't know if he's trying to, bait them or whatever. I'll say yes, because I don't think they're going to lose to the Spurs both games anyway. But you still got the Grizzlies twice. You got the Blazers. Somebody might sneak one in there. Somebody like the Celtics or the Timberwolves. But I think they're so focused on getting it right now. I think they might run.
Dame Lillard tries to force 50 anytime he.
But that's the thing. They owe Dame Lillard one. They owe the Spurs one, and everybody else, they just can't fall asleep at the wheel.
Well, we gotta roll. We definitely gotta get out of here. I just want to shout out Kawhi Leonard for being the first person to be like an MVP nominee when you're autistic. With that being said, it's time to get out of here, everybody. Thank you, good folks, for joining us in the war room this week. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Those on Facebook, Twitter. Yo, that's a real rumor. Like, it's never been substantiated. And, I'm not making fun of it because I know a lot of people who are very talented. They're very talented. So maybe he can focus better than most. But anyway, shout out to everybody. Facebook and Twitter at War Room Sports is where we're at. Tune in next week live right here on demand on the WRS Podcast Network. We'll discuss college basketball national champs, NBA playoffs. We'll talk a little sports and hip-hop with the Philly MC Del P. He'll be in the building. So until then, enjoy your week. Enjoy the close of March Madness, and we'll see you right back here next time. Be sure to catch our conversations. Like I said, all social medias at War Room Sports. Check everything we do, blogs, webcasts, network podcasts. Everything is at warroomsports.com. Until next time, everybody, don't accept mediocrity. Be steadfast in the war against ignorance. We'll see you chumps on top. SportsTheBook.com.
What has he done? Can you tell me? Big Magic Johnson.
Know the blueprint. Every Thursday, 6 to 8, they do this. Shout out to Dev, PJ, B. Austin, Doc Bay on replay. WarRoomSports.com. Get that mobile app. If not, dial 323-1400-12. They be going and you sensitive, then oh well. Physical podcast, let's talk sports. Showtime like magic in the block push. Listen live, push one to join in. Rip your team or listen for your enjoyment. Hip hop scholars, pit stop and knowledge. Should be in sports credits, I ain't talking college. 5 guys, no beef though. Corporate secret, but the streets know. Belafonte, I got a G flow. KC royalty, I'm in beast mode. 2 hours, get your game up. Who's the best in sportscast? You better name us. War Room Sports. Yeah, you know, Jimmy, Dev, PJ, Doc Bay, B. Austin. I'm shot. Up here coming on the beat.
War Room Sports. www.warroomsports.com. What? Ain't no more to it.